Pura Vida, my fellow mutants. This is Strebo here with you from mutantville.com. I hope the day finds you well. This day of what has become a day of national tragedy here in the States with the Boston Marathon bombing. My thoughts and prayers have to go out to the victims of the bombing, and it's just a senseless act on what's supposed to be a day of joy. I've been wanting to share my thoughts on the passing of Roger Ebert for the past week now, so I've kind of been formulating them and whatnot, but also enjoying all the videos that people have been posting on YouTube of old Siskel and Ebert shows. So I wanted to post a video anyway, so it's just a shame that bombing happened today. But it took me a while to realize how important and influential Roger Ebert's work was on myself, both as a film fan, just a fan of cinema in general, and as an eventual reviewer or critic, though I never really consider myself a full-fledged critic. I just review movies that I want to review, or movies that people ask me to review, and I offer my best opinion on it. And I never realized how influential he was upon me, because I watched his old TV show, which was originally sneak previews. I remember watching it that far back, and the reason I watched the show was not to see Siskel or Ebert talk, but it was because they showed clips from the movies, and back then, there was no internet. I mean, if you wanted to make sure you saw footage of that new movie coming out, Close Encounters of the Third Kind or Star Wars or whatever, you had to see it on sneak previews, and as long as Siskel and Ebert were on the air, I would always just tune in to watch them. It eventually became Siskel and Ebert at the movies, and then when Siskel passed in 1999, Ebert continued on, and it was Ebert in the movies, something like that. Ebert and something at the movies, and they'd have guest hosts, and then it was Ebert and Roper at the movies. And I would always tune in. I enjoyed it. The thing that I liked about Ebert was that he was a fan. Though I'm trying to remember. I think as a kid, I liked Siskel more. I felt like Ebert was too rough. But you can find the videos now here on YouTube of their review of John Carpenter's Halloween, and you can hear how Ebert talks about it, and that's how passionate he was when he saw a film that was really well made, and it didn't matter that it was a slasher film or a dead teenager film. What he was very rough on were the slew of imitators that came in its wake, especially the Friday the 13th movies. Here Jason Voorhees beating at my door right now. I don't know if you heard that, but we better let him in. He was rough on the Friday 13th movies. Hello, monster. Did you come to get a cameo? That's Logan, aka Weapon X. Has nothing at all to do with Siskel and Ebert. There's a copy of the one Roger Ebert book I own, Ebert's Little Movie Glossary. Compendium of movie cliches, stereotypes, obligatory scenes, hackneyed formulas, shop-worn conventions, and outdated archetypes. And he pretty much lays out all of the movie cliches from almost every genre. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well, hello, Mr. Logan. You seem very happy, very intent on making a guest appearance in today's vlog. Say hello to everybody. He gets brush drunk. If I pet him too much, he'll just fall over on his head. Hopefully we don't see that happen. But something, I'll tell you something cool. I found out about this book from Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright, because they mentioned it in the commentary track to Hot Fuzz, and they said that when they set out to write Hot Fuzz, they used Ebert's book and they put in all of the action genre cliches into Hot Fuzz, and they tried to make it work. And it does. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. All the cliches are there, except you don't see them coming because Edgar Wright is just brilliant that way. And Simon Pegg, works quite well with him. So there you go. There you have it, Mr. Logan. But the thing about Ebert, Siskel and Ebert, the thing that I like about them was I think they held all of us to a standard. And that was the thing that I didn't realize early on, because Ebert wrote Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, and the first time I saw that, that was insane. That movie was insane. That's one of those that I caught at 4 in the morning on Cinemax, and you're watching it, half asleep, half awake, and that movie's like a bad acid trip anyway, like Bruce Campbell says of Evil Dead. So it's totally messed up. So he gets all-time street cred for just writing that one awesome cult movie, directed by the great Russ Meyer. But his film criticism was invaluable, and I think he probably was the one I hated as a kid. I was like, I hate that Roger Ebert. But then, over the years, I warmed up to him, and it was cool to see him stick up for movies. Like, they both really enjoyed the Star Wars movies, and there's a really cool video you can find right here on YouTube where they go and where it says Siskel and Ebert defend Star Wars, and they're sticking up for the movie where some other critic is talking about how it's juvenile and puerile nonsense. But very cool, very cool. So, it was sad to see what happened to Ebert over the past decade, though. He really embraced the rise of social media. I followed him on Twitter, and it wasn't, and until recently, just over the past few months, I turned my Twitter off. I did follow it live for a long, long time, and he was one of those people. He would tweet every hour on the hour with his opinions or just cool news articles he found, or movie reviews, or he would talk about Ebert Fest or just whatever was going on. And it was cool. It was cool. I felt connected to him. I don't think I ever got him to respond to me on Twitter. I don't think I ever tried. There are some people I'm hesitant to mess with on social media, because I don't want to draw their attention or their ire, and I always feel like I'm not worthy to mix it up with them. Though I have talked to John Carpenter and Kevin Smith and all kinds of people. Actually, more fighters than anything else, like the great Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward and Kung Lee, my favorite MMA fighter, by the way. He coming for you, Anderson Silva. Kung Lee coming for you. No, but seriously. Yeah, so Ebert's little movie glossary. Though I can see now that I'm probably gonna end up buying all of his books. Because his criticism was invaluable. Like I said, I think it's because both he and Siskel held us to a standard. They held us to a standard. But anyway, this vlog's going long. I just wanted to share my thoughts and just say, I appreciate that. I mean, he helped shape me as an artist. He helped shape me as a critic, blogger, whatever, amateur critic. Whatever you want to call it. I mean, he's a for real critic. The guy won a Pulitzer, for goodness sakes. I did want to share this last quote that he said. His final blog post. He said, "So on this day of reflection, I say again, thank you for going on this journey with me. I'll see you at the movies." That was it. That was how they always closed the show, or they tried to anyway. See you at the movies. Anyway, so thank you, Roger Ebert. Thank you, Dean Siskel. Thanks to you guys for just showing us what great critics can do. They defended film as art. They compared it to songs and poetry and held it up to great art and made us realize its potential, and also helped us appreciate the craft involved. So, good stuff. Thank you, sir. Here's to you. Strebo and we at MVP, the Mutantville players, salute you. if you enjoyed the Streebo vlog and you want more of that kind of action, or you want more Logan action, who's still sitting here right next to me, visit us at mutantville.com. You can sign up for the newsletter. You can follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. So do that. We'll see you there.